Since I started going on Archcast with another content creator, Short Fat Otaku, I've been asked almost daily whether or not he is paid by the Canadian government or whether or not he is being disingenuous. I thought that at some point the questions will stop, but unfortunately, I keep getting them, so I think like maybe I will make a video where I can clear the air a little bit. First off, I will answer one less popular question, but it does pop up nonetheless. Whether or not me and Short Fat Otaku are friendly. In fact, Short Fat Otaku himself, after almost every live stream, is contacting me and is asking me if we're still friends. And the answer is yes. I can disagree with people while still remaining friendly. This is a skill, an ability, a superpower that I possess, that I can be in a contradictory position with someone and still have a beer with them. I mean, if this wasn't the case, I think I would be completely alone and isolated from most of my friends because, in general, I believe I'm a contradictory person. I like having debates and discussions, and due to that, many times I end up disagreeing with people. So yes, I am friendly with Short Fat Otaku. If I wasn't, I would have made this information public. If anything changes, I will let you know. The second interesting aspect is whether or not he is being paid by the Canadian government. I think his channel would be a little bit bigger if that was the case, don't you think? Like, if you're the Canadian government, wouldn't you pay someone more influential? Wouldn't you pay someone with a few more subscribers? Or would you pay someone that's... I mean, like, I can't say that Short Fat Otaku is small, is bigger than me. But still, in the grand scale of things, like, you'd think they would probably pay a VTuber or something, right? So no, I do not think that he is shilling for the Canadian government. I believe that what is happening is exactly what I stated in a previous video where I was with my friend from Freedom Alternative. And he basically laid out the fact that people in America, not all, but most of them, do not understand corruption. They never had it in their country. They recognize it when they see it in other nations. They recognize it when they see it in Russia. They recognize it when they see it in China. They just don't believe it can happen in Canada. They don't believe that it can happen in the United States. They understand corruption at a local level. They can understand that the mayor or the city hall is corrupt, but they cannot understand corruption going throughout the entire system. From the White House to the DOJ to the FBI to judges, like they cannot fathom this. In fact, many Americans cannot even fathom the possibility that once a person is placed into a position, they can switch coats. So, for example, they will say, well, this is a Trump-appointed judge, or this is an Obama-appointed judge. They cannot even fathom that once appointed, a judge can decide to rule one case in a different way, or they can change loyalties from one party to another. In fact, I would like to remind people that it was like 10 or 20 years ago that the Americans believed that judges of the Supreme Court are completely impartial, because that was the definition. So they believe that if Obama appointed a judge, then that isn't an Obama appointed judge. That is a judge on the Supreme Court. His job is to be impartial, even if he has like political beliefs and certain leanings. It doesn't influence his decisions. And for a long while, Republicans were the ones that were saying that there are political judges, while the Democrats were denying this. It's only until Donald Trump manages to nominate a couple of judges that now even the Democrats are like, okay, yes, there are certain things as activist judges. We embrace and we cherish diversity, but there's too much diversity in the Supreme Court of the United States. Right? So that's the main issue. Like, legitimately, people from Canada and America, not all, obviously, but like the average, I would say, the normies, as you would put them, they do not understand corruption. They do not believe that corruption can happen in their country. And this is due to the fact that here in Europe, we did have a lot of bad stuff. We went through fascism, theocracies, absolute monarchies, constitutional monarchy. Our countries have examples of almost every type of system imaginable, good or worse. So we can actually look throughout history and we can say, yeah, things are what happened back then. For a Canadian or an American, they don't really have these examples most of the time. And it's not just them. I would point out that myself included, when I first started my YouTube channel, I refused to believe that people can do certain things for ideology. I was always thinking, like, how do they make money out of it? They do it for free? No, that can't be the case. Like, no one can be stupid in public for free. You have to pay them, right? So, you know, when it was like third wave feminism and I saw so many people being disingenuous and openly lying and stuff, I was like, well, how are they getting paid? Like, who's paying them to do these things? But no, like, as an Eastern European, I couldn't fathom that people genuinely can do stuff, like, 100% for ideology, even things that they disagree with, but just so that they can get recognition from their peers. Now, this is why I wanted to talk about Short Fat Otaku. I generally do not think he is this type of person. Again, many people believe that he is grifting. That's the word, grifting, right? Like, he must do it for ideology or he must do it because he is getting paid. I do not think that this is the case. I believe that he legitimately, unironically, holds the positions that he claims he does. And you can actually change his mind on certain things. He is not against changing his mind in public if he is wrong. Sure, you know, like, he does have, like, I have as well, an ego, and, you know, most people don't like to admit when we're wrong, and it's difficult for us to change our positions once we arrive at them. But I can definitely say that Short Fat Otaku, if you have a reasonable debate and conversation with him, he can change his mind. The issue is that he does believe in certain things that many of the subscribers from the Archcast and many of the subscribers from myself, we don't believe in them. We have our reasons. Now, he has his reasons to believe, and this is why you're going to reach an impasse. But it doesn't mean that, because this is what a lot of people think. Like, they think that Short Fat Otaku does believe what I'm saying. It's just that he wants to pretend not to. That's not the case. Like, he legitimately believes in different things. And finally, I want to address the communist accusation. A lot of people call him a communist. Again, this is due to the fact that he is Canadian. Like, for a Canadian, what is right-wing is viewed as incredibly left-wing for other nations, even for the United States, let alone Europe. So, when people hear some of the stances and some of the principles that Short Fat Otaku has, they sound incredibly far to the left compared to what people in Europe are used to hearing, or what people in Africa are used to hearing. That's why he's labeled a communist. I don't think like he would go around seizing people's property. That's what it really means to be a communist. But if his system was in place, I'm pretty sure that we would all be taxed to high heaven. And the government would definitely have a little bit more control. So that's my take, right? So just stop asking. I'm friendly with him. I'm not against him. Like, I can have a disagreement. I don't agree with most of his ideologies. We do agree with some of it, but like there's many policies that I disagree with, especially in matters of corruption. Like, he believes that the system can still be saved, that there's, still good in this. I don't. No. No, I believe that the system is out there to tax me. I believe that the system is out there to spy on me. I believe that the system is out there to make my job more difficult. And from this principle, everything else I say follows. Short Fat Otaku is on a different level. I believe that the system is probably there for his own good. It's probably there in order to help his life become better. Sure. But, like, when you have these opposite principles and you can't agree where the North Star is, when you're going to interpret the map, you're going to get very different definitions. So let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.